Second quarter, we are heading over to the other playoffs currently going on into the NHL. So, I mean, we can start with a couple of different things. Again, Wes kind of is not super in tune with the
Well,
NHL, but
I
he
guess I'm
he
just
has he
saying.
does have a couple of takes.
All
Look,
right, hockey with Wesley. Here we go.
I can't claim to know much about the Canadians and Kane series, but I just want to claim right here, right now, that the Golden Knights are going to beat the Avalanche. I mean,
No.
how
Oh my
about
goodness.
yes, how about Vegas going to Denver and taking game one, 4-2? They've got they've got the mojo, and I'm definitely going off vibes because I don't know hockey well enough to
Yeah.
go any more in any more depth than that. But I see an upset here.
If I was looking through your lenses at this series, I think I would agree with you in the sense that
Yeah.
like this is fun, and I would also probably take Vegas to win if I was in Wesley's shoes. But I don't think Wesley's ever watched Cale Makar play hockey, and I don't think it's impossible for him to understand how integral he is to that
I've
team.
watched I've
And
watched Michael play hockey.
yeah, he's good. He's pretty good. Uh, but Colorado, I don't want to make this sound severe, but they look like a skeleton of themselves without Kale McCarr. And
Yeah.
if you ever watch Colorado, especially in the playoffs, they run everything out of the point with Kale McCarr. It's just like there was a series Avalanche Kraken a few years ago. It's the only time Kraken have ever made the playoffs. And Kale McCarr had the puck behind the net probably 40 times a game. And it was annoying how much he had it back there, but that's just because he was able to do so much, regardless of how little options he had in a given moment, or maybe he had like the easiest pass ever. Who knows? He was still able to do it. And without him, it just didn't look right for Colorado. But once he's back, I feel like they'll be a brand new team, and they should still win this series.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Like, unfortunately, I do have to agree with Wes or disagree with Wes, excuse
Yes,
me.
yes.
No, 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 no. Disagree with Wes. Um,
You know where your heart is. It's okay.
no, no. I mean, I just think there's not really a world that I see that Vegas beats Colorado. Colorado's been the best team all year.
Well,
They
two days
have
ago.
in a series, Wes, in a series. But
Hmm.
they have two top five players in the league. Cale Makar, I don't think it's really debatable as the best defenseman in the league. And
Yeah.
McKinnon just had one of the best offensive seasons in the league. Like that team is stacked. Mackenzie Blackwood, even, between
Mm,
the pipes for them, also just had a great year. I think his, goals against was something low, like 2.5,
mm,
I want to say. I can fact check that. But point being, this Colorado Avalanche team is very good. And you make a great point how, they kind of run everything through Makar. So it does, kind of play an integral role when he's not playing, when he's not in the game. So I think, I don't think this is going to be an easy series just because Vegas has been playing awesome. You have
mm.
guys like Jack Eichel, as Wes mentioned, and then, Mitch Marner looks like a new man. He finally gets away from the curse of the Maple Leafs, and now he looks like prime, I don't know, prime Connor McDavid. I wouldn't go that far, but Mitch Marner looks great. Like
I just
he's
remembered
doing, yeah,
I have a random story to tell. So my friends and I were golfing yesterday, and my friend found one of those no, one of those golf balls that's like a soccer ball, but it was
okay.
Avalanche logos.
Hmm.
In Normal, Illinois, there was a Colorado Avalanche golf ball on the course.
Maybe it's a sign,
Yeah,
Wes. Maybe it's a
it's a
sign.
sign. It's a sign. I thought it was a sign that they were gonna kill the Golden Knights, and then they took game one. So it's a sign the other way. It's a jinx.
No, I think it's a sign. I think Colorado will win this series, and I think on the other side of things, I think the Hurricanes will win this series. Again, they're not having a good game one. If you haven't
Mm.
checked in on the score, it's currently 5-2 Canadians. Last time I checked, yeah, still five
Yeah.
to two in favor of the Canadians.
Yeah.
But just kind of finishing that up, Colorado is too good of a team to lose to Vegas. Not that Vegas isn't good, but this Colorado team is miles better.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
All right, man.
all
There you
right,
go.
sorry,
A mile high better than them, if you will.
a mile above.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Can we go over to the East? I
Again,
want to talk about this one more.
yeah,
Okay. I've had Avalanche Canadiens as my Stanley Cup final since the start. And I really do think Montreal's going to win this series. And
Wow.
they're off to a good start. They had 4 goals in the first period, right? They've already
Yeah.
got another in the second. And, you know, obviously, it's a myth, but the whole expression is that it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. And Montreal went 3-0 against Carolina in the regular season.
That's
So,
a gambler's
clearly they've
gambler's
got,
fallacy that I buy into.
yeah, exactly. Clearly they've got something against this Hurricanes team, and now you're seeing it right now in Raleigh. They're just seemingly just scoring at will on Carolina. And what did they have? They had 7 goals in a game against Carolina. They had 5 goals in a game against Carolina earlier this year. They might just have this team's number.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, something that is kind of a weakness of all the teams in this playoffs remaining is that there's not really a standout goalie. And I don't think
Mhm.
Frederick Anderson for the Hurricanes is that either. Like, don't get me wrong, Frederick Anderson used to be pretty good, but he's getting older now. He's, not what he used to be. And just in general, I think it's an interesting point because the Canes have been so good this playoffs. And of course, I will say they haven't played really great competition. They played the Flyers, and then they played, oh God, who they play in the second round? Remind me.
Well, the Hurricanes played the Flyers in the
Oh,
second round.
yeah, yeah. They played
They
Flyers in the
played the
second round and
Senators
Senators in the
separate.
first. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they had two pretty easy matchups, I will say. And then, of course, they have a long break before this Canadians game one, which probably doesn't help all the time in hockey, kind of being, not skating against another team, all of that. But I think they'll bounce back. Personally, I think it's kind of the same situation. I think this Hurricanes team has been playing too good, as of recently and in the playoffs in general to lose to this Canadians team. I don't think the Canadians are all that good. I think they are good. Don't get me
I mean, they're
wrong. I
in the
mean,
Eastern Conference
I
Finals.
I agree. They're a
You
very
know,
good team, but they don't just have someone who can totally flip the game on its head in my mind.
Mhm.
They have some guys who are really, really good players, like Cole Caulfield, guys like those. But, on the other side of things, like you've Sebastian Aho, like there's some great players on that Carolina team, but I don't know. I think it will be a good series. I personally would have liked to see, kind of the speed of the Sabres against Carolina as well, because both those teams play really, really fast. So I thought that would have been a really fun series to see. But of course, Canadians got the best of them in game 7 overtime, which we didn't talk about. But it was a really interesting goal. I don't know if you saw it, Angus. I'm sure you did.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
But I mean, it should have been one that, the goalie should have got, in my opinion. It
Oh
was
yeah.
Lucan,
I
I
mean,
believe.
yeah. It was from that left wing, and like sometimes
Yeah,
that can be an alley that's tough to see, but it was a weird case where there wasn't really anyone or anything standing between the shooter and the goalie. Usually in that scenario, there'd be like 2, maybe even 3 guys in the way. And if it
right.
just gets through traffic, that's tough. There wasn't they there wasn't really any obstruction to the puck. He had a pretty clear shot at it and just like zipped right by him. So
I was
I
gonna
don't know.
say,
You gotta do what you gotta do, and they
right,
got a break there.
right. I mean, sometimes, it's as unfortunate as it may be, but sometimes hockey is such a game of luck and such a game of breaks. Like you just need to get a good break. Sometimes, I think for a split second, maybe when he was about to shoot, there was a little bit of a moving screen there in front of the net. It might not have really affected him, but he just
Mhm.
looked
Is that a rule
half
in
a
hockey
second
too?
off. No,
They,
rather just
Oh,
like the guy was moving across the net,
oh,
no,
um, and
no,
blocked the goalie's
they wouldn't have
vision.
like whistled that. You know what I mean? Like as long as he's not in the crease,
that way.
he should be fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
keep it
exactly.
going that
That way.
way.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I think both of these series will be great. Like playoff hockey is just on another level. I feel like when you get to kind of, the later rounds as well, the series just keep getting better. Like any playoffs, I would say as well. But I don't know. I think it's a really good matchup. But if you were to ask me, Carolina versus Colorado is my Stanley Cup pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's chalk, but it's
Sure.
justified chalk. You know what I mean? They've been the 2 best teams probably in NHL all year. So, it's
Yeah,
perfectly reasonable.
Vegas over Carolina. Give it to me right now.
I
Vegas
will.
over Carolina.
Yep.
Wow. I will
Couldn't be
say,
wronger.
we did all think that Carolina was going to choke, coming into the
That's
NHL
true.
playoffs.
That's true. And
So
they're 8-0.
they
So,
they surprised me on that front. They're 8-0, about to be 8-1, but
mm,
8-1 is still very, very good. So,
yeah.
but they surprised me for sure. Didn't think they had it in them to kind of make a really good playoff run, and here we
Okay.
are.
Okay. Hey, easy there. Don't overstay your welcome here.
Was that
You're
time?
cutting it close.
Was
Yeah.
that
Oh,
time?
did you not hear it?
Oh, I didn't even hear
Yeah.
it. I'm so
Hey,
sorry.
we'll nix that warning, but just know.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't get a warning or anything.
So that's timekeeper's mistake.